The main thing I think that differentiates men from women is our friend groups. If women are choosing friends based on similar body and face, men's friend group usually contain absolutely random people. I mean absolutely. They differ in almost everything, starting with personality and ending with how they look. Women couldn't understand how men managed to find mutual language. The reason how we managed to do it is simple. We're different. We're not looking at first to how they look, we primarily look at whether he's chill or not. Based on only this information, we can become best friends with this person. Yes, it's that simple. Usually, a friend group contains from 3 to 5 people, and each has their own unique role in the group for which he is responsible. In this video, I will talk about the common roles you see in a group and how important each one is. At the heart of our team, the person who doesn't have any special skills but always brings all the friends together. We'll call him the connector. The role of the connector is crucial. He keeps the entire group together. Without the connector, the group could separate into 2 or 3 smaller groups. He doesn't allow the group to split. He's always the first one to propose to go or meet somewhere. The connector understands every person in the group better than anybody else and knows how to interest each one of them to meet together. Sometimes, connectors even sacrifice their own interests, prioritizing the group's interests. Next is the soul of our team, the person who makes people laugh out of nothing. We'll call him the Joker or a clown. Choose what you want. The Joker is usually the reason why most people in the group want to meet. Whatever the group is doing or playing, the Joker always finds opportunities to make jokes about everything. Usually, he's not trying that hard. For example, in games, he's just there for fun. Sometimes even to ruin your game. One of the weaknesses of the Joker is he doesn't know when to stop with his jokes. Every group normally has the guy who makes the jokes and people about whom the jokes are made. The Joker sometimes doesn't have this emergency stop button, so some people in the group could be offended by his jokes. But he's not doing it on purpose. The Joker just thinks that if everybody laughs, it's funny, without realizing that the person whom he's joking about can be offended. With the Joker, usually in a pair, goes the person we call the Laugher. The Laugher has great chemistry with the Joker. He's able to make similarly good jokes, but not as many as the Joker. Usually, he's the one who performs better in the group than when in a one-on-one with him. The Laugher often brings positive vibes and laughs louder and more than anybody in the group. If the Joker is responsible for bringing fun to the group, the Laugher is responsible for bringing positive energy. His role is similar to the Connector's, but a bit different. The Laugher loves to share some memes or funny topics about which the group can discuss and have fun. Next one is the person who is responsible for common sense in the group, and it's what we call the Sage. Sage is the type of person who is the most serious and, at times, boring in the group. The Sage prevents the group from doing some stupid things, thereby sometimes hindering the fun. The Sage rarely makes jokes, but when they finally do, it's a good one that everyone can laugh at. Usually, he is the least enthusiastic about hanging out, often expressing how useless or stupid it'll be, but he always ends up coming around in the end. His pairing with the Joker is one of the best in the group. The Joker always tries to make fun and provoke the Sage. The Sage usually goes along with it by making some aggressive and funny statements about the Joker, which leads to unbridled fun in the group. The next person in the group is one whose responsibility is hard to describe. Let's call him the Weirdo. It's very hard to predict his next move. The Weirdo can always say or do something that no one could understand. The Weirdo is like a magnet for awkward situations without even realizing it. He could be a normal person all day, and at one moment, he could transform into a completely different person. Usually, the Weirdo doesn't have any more friends beside the group. Despite having a creative nature, it's usually hard to understand what is actually in the Weirdo's mind. But he adds something unique to the group, something unexpected, which could sometimes be funny. The next person is the one who is responsible for raging for absolutely no reason. We could call him the Rager. The Rager is that guy who cannot accept losing and makes everyone around him feel guilty for the loss. The Rager seems to be a good and sweet person at first, but as soon as you start playing games with him or beginning to argue with him, he turns into a different beast. If somebody disagrees with him, the Rager becomes louder and starts insulting people without any reason. But the thing is, one of the reasons why everyone loves the Rager is because of his aggressive nature. If you are able to dodge the Rager's insults, you discover unlimited fun for yourself. But if you're more sensitive, you could lose any desire to play certain games after just one game with the Rager. The next person is the one who is responsible for making everyone look stupid. Let's call him the Smarty. The Smarty is smarter than any member of the group, and whatever he does, he is the one who's best at it. Some members of the group hate the Smarty because of how easy everything comes to him. He is a bit narcissistic and often likes to showcase that he is better than you. The Smarty probably doesn't have any weaknesses except for talking to women. He is terrible at that. The group often uses the Smarty to help on tests, and the Smarty always helps everyone. Why? Because it's another opportunity to showcase that he's smarter. The last person I want to talk about, who is usually the kindest but also the dumbest person in the group, let's call him the Dummy. The Dummy has a special power. When you're near him, you immediately feel that you are smart. The dummy cannot joke and is usually the worst at everything he does, but because of his kind and naive heart, everyone loves him and treats him like a brother. However, it's fair to say that no matter how much everyone loves the dummy, he is often the victim of insults by other members because of his dumbness, especially in games. I share here with you the main roles in the friend group. To show how everything works together, I'll provide 2 examples of friend groups from different series, which I think would be great examples of how every role is very useful. The first group is the group of 4 penguins from Madagascar. This group contains Skipper as the sage, Kowalski as the Smarty, Rico as the Weirdo, and Private as the dummy. This group often completes secret missions, so they need different profiles to complement each other. Skipper plays as a strict character, so he complements Rico and Private's unpredictability. Kowalski plays as a smart character, so he complements Rico and Private's dumbness. Rico plays as a risky character, complementing Kowalski and Private's cowardice. And Private is there just for the mood. He doesn't have a specific role or strength. But if you take one out of the group, even Private, this group will stop working as effectively as they would together because each role is essential. The next group is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This group contains Leonardo as the sage, Donatello as the Smarty, Michelangelo as the Joker, and Raphael as the Rager. Similar to the Penguins, they compensate for each other in their own way in order to beat evil. Leonardo plays as the leader with high discipline, so he complements other members' lack of discipline. Donatello plays as the smart character, so he complements other members' lack of common sense. Michelangelo plays as the funny character, complementing other members' lack of fun. And Raphael plays as the explosive character, so he complements other members' cowardice. As was portrayed in some episodes in the series, if the team lacks one of the members, everything goes wrong, because as more you start to question each member impact to the group, as much you realize that everyone has their own unique impact. So, as you understand, the main secret of every successful group is balance, and you can't underestimate the role of each member. That's it for today. Leave a comment if you find yourself or your friend group in this video.